Hey, folks. I did a review on Deadly Class Volumes 1 through 7, catching you all up on the series of trades. You saw that last review. I can link it maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. If you guys care, I'll link it. Just ask. Send it to you. But anyhow, Deadly Class. I like the show. I'm in love with the book. It is again up with Lumberjanes, one of my favorites. I think it's just almost perfect. And I give Deadly Class this one I'm gonna give it a 9.8 out of 10. This one because out of the stories, they were all tens, except the first one was a little kind of. It was just Marcus on a trip. Um, which is, I mean, it told stuff, it had story to it. I just didn't like it as much as the rest. I mean, the last issue within the book makes up for that first one. I just didn't like it as much. I have to find something to knock it down. This is a great series. I mentioned in the other one what it's about is a school of assassins and criminals, thieves for kids. It's high school. It's Hogwarts for criminals, essentially, where they learn potions. Not potions, they'll learn poisons. They learn how to assassinate. They learn how to blackmail people. They learn everything that that criminals need to learn, and they're all from criminal families. It's a fun premise. It's a lot of backstabbing, and in this one, we see Marcus and Maria. They come back to the school. They shouldn't. We think, as far as the story's going. Turns out they should. That's why we see them in a prom king, prom queen dresses on the cover. And you see Saya kind of in a grave, chained, coming up at them. I mean, this cover is very symbolic. Tells the story. Saya does come back. She's coming after them. She's been enslaved, I guess you might say. Something's going to happen. And she's charged with their death. Everyone wants them dead because when they come back to the school, they are now super popular. To the point that, I forget his name. I'm sorry, I forget his name. Shabnam was his name. Shabnam, who runs the school. He is a little nerd that runs this school. Now, let me set this here for a second. I am so sorry. I hate doing this. It's so unprofessional of me. No wonder you guys hate me. But he comes back. I mean, Shabnam is here. He's trying to figure out what to do. And this is some fun stuff because it's subtle artwork. And I'm holding the book. But this is very hard. This is Brandy. She's a white supremacist from a Ku Klux type of family, the Southern family. She's very sexy, and she's trying to win over Shabnam because he's the leader. Not because she's interested in him, because she wants him to tell everyone to do what she wants. And here you have the troll, who was once a very fat girl, who is Shabnam's girlfriend, and she started taking a lot of meth to lose weight. There's Victor. He's from Russia. These are they're all bad people. There's no good people in this book, but these are the bad guys. But just looking at the art here, she's trying to talk Shabnam into something, and you see how she does it. Again, it's very subtle, very fun, very PG rated, but not really. As she's telling him to please do this, you can see where her arm is going and his reaction. Not going to say what's happening. If there are children here, stop. And they're he's sweating it out while she's just kind of, and every time you see her, look at these little action lines. Yeah, something's kind of happening. And this is just what makes the storytelling cool. It's not what makes the book great. She's making her pitch to the group, as sitting behind the table like the king and queen, and what they want. And he's more nervous, more action lines, and she wants to call a hit on someone, and all of a sudden, Haroger, we know what happened, and he's all flustered, and he calls the hit, which was a bad idea, but she found a way to convince him. That is not the premise of the story, but it's just kind of fun to see them manipulating each other, and the art being so subtle. I mean, you know what's happening. You don't even have to see the motion lines, but those little things added made it nice. And then the other part, I don't want to give too much away, so I hope we don't see. But in the end, yeah, I skipped it. Good. The last issue of the book, when you get to a cliffhanger, and there's one more issue left, and I thought, cool, we're gonna see what happens. No, it's just a flashback filler to year one, the first week that Marcus went to the school. It was just a cool story from, a year ago in this story. So wonderful to see Willie back, and the punks, and oh God, I forgot their names. That sucks. But anyhow, it was so cool to see people back that have been killed. A lot of people get killed in this. Billy was back. That's it. Yeah, that was neat. It was a neat story. It was fun to go see what happened at the time that I was discovering the book. It was cool. I like that little filler. And I'm really looking forward to this next trade. This one just came out a week ago, so I've got a couple months wait for my favorite book. I just didn't add it as a floppy because I like these trades. The stories really fit. Once you read one, you want the next. I mean, the first 7 I read in about 3 days. I mean, and books in between them. I just would read one, put it down, read something else, read one. But it was what I just kept coming back to. As soon as this one, book 8, came out, it was like, that's next. So I'm giving the series a 9.99999, just because it's not for everyone. It's a little more adult. The art is a little weirder. And I give Lumberjanes the 10 because it accomplishes exactly what it wants for every age. This just isn't every age, so I'm not going to give it a 10. And that's not a good reason, honestly, because I don't think everything's for everyone, but I have to find a reason to not give everything a 10. All right. Thanks, folks. Go read a comic.